Growth and comfort never coexist. And if you're gonna grow as a person, as a leader, you gotta get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You welcome challenge, you welcome risk, because you know you come out better at the other side. I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, and I think I was always the one that was sort of the mother hen of my brothers and sisters. Most of my memories are of taking care of them in one way or another. I really love school. I was always good in math. I love this idea that you should be able to derive where everything comes from. But I did a lot of activities. I played basketball, volleyball, and I was student council president. In that moment, our world changed. We went on food stamps, and my mother felt ashamed to have to do something like that. And I can remember that pain in her eyes, but she was determined that this would not be how this story ended. And so she went back to school, got a job, then got a better job, and I watched my brothers and sisters. It was one of the most defining elements of my life, and we all learned, you never let someone else define who you are. Only you define who you are. I'll often meet people and they'll say, hey, I was with you in class. I'm like, that's interesting. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed. I don't remember you, but there was like 30 of you and one of me. So you probably remember me. It was just not the norm. I came from no money, no anything, to go to a great school. And it's really, though, why I do feel so strongly that in this country, where there is a will, there is a way to get something done. Ten years into my career, I had been offered a promotion. The man who had offered it said, look, you should take my job. And I said, oh, I'm not ready for this thing yet. Just give me a little bit more time. I went home that night, and my husband looked at me and he said, do you think a man would have answered the question that way? No. So I went back in the next day, I took the job. And he looked me in the eye and he said, don't do that again. I said, I understand. To lead IBM, I mean, wow, it is with great gratitude and a great sense of responsibility. But I didn't want the world to define me as the first woman CEO of IBM. I just wanted to be a good CEO of IBM. It was another pivotal learning point that you do have to recognize you are a role model. That for people to aspire to be something, it does really help if they see other people around them that are in that role, and therefore take that seriously. This era, I believe, will reflect back on, data will be the issue of our time. And handled with care, you will solve some of the world's most intractable problems. And that's behind all our investment in artificial intelligence and cloud. The most important thing you have to do is have conviction about what you believe is right and then stay your course. When I think about women in the workplace, it's about inclusion. I do believe it's the company's job to create a good environment for that. Companies, they will take everything you can give. So you have to set your boundaries, and that's what gives you your balance. And I guarantee you, most things adapt around them. And so I think the state, the focus on that of how to advance women, it is a constant. It isn't about one moment. This is about continuity and about persistence. That is what will solve this problem. There is no doubt in my mind that attracting women and great people in general has to do with your values, and you live them. You live them every day, not what you say, it's what you do.